Okay, y'all, today I'm going to show you how I make curry spring rolls. I started by washing and peeling my vegetables. Vegetable skins can be a little bit hard to digest for some people. I threw them in my waste bowl. I always have a waste bowl. I did skinny, almost like thick julienne slicing for most of my stuff, including my bell peppers as well. Had everything kind of laid out and sectioned in bowls because you can't throw them all in the pan at the same time. They have to cook at different times. So we're going to heat, medium high with some sesame seed oil. These are the spices, if you want to pause and look at those that I used. I also added some stir and basil paste to the stir fry, as well as a little bit of some rice vinegar. So in a pot, I did water, my spices, some curry paste, and my tofu. And I bring it to a boil so it kind of like soaks in the flavor. Once my onions are softened, then I add in my mushrooms. I give this time to cook out. You want some of that moisture out before we add the harder vegetables like our sweet potatoes and carrots. Those do need a little bit more time to cook as well, so they soften. And I do usually add a little bit of water to it, so it kind of steams it somewhat. And I keep like a pot of water or something just to add a little bit at a time. That also helps spread some of the flavor. I added some miso paste instead of doing like soy sauce, so that way we're still getting our soy, just making sure I spread it really good. And it looks like a lot of moisture in here, but what it's going to do is it's going to cook up those vegetables, especially our sweet potatoes and our carrots, and all of that moisture is going to disappear. We do want to do that. I do, of course, keep stirring it to mix all of our flavors together well. Once they were fork tender, I added my peppers. Those don't take too long to cook really at all. So just a few minutes on any of that. I did kind of like press it down in my pan to try to get some even cooking in there. My rice was finished in the rice cooker and you fluff it up. Like you don't want to let it sit and it'll be too hard and then you won't be able to get it to like spread as much. You just have like big clumps. So I made sure I fluffed that up pretty well. And I have water in a pan that got warm, and that is where I put my rice paper, and rolled it up. I had brown rice paper first, and when I use it up, then I use the white rice paper. It's just kind of what we had laying around. I wanted to use it up. So I soak it in the warm water. It literally takes like 30 seconds, and then they're ready to wrap. So I use them pretty wet, and I get them really soft, and I spread them out pretty well like this. I added a little bit of the rice that I wanted to have first. It is actually nice to have gloves or have wet hands. It's easier to handle the rice and do this. My stir fry, I had let it cool down first before I added it to the wrap. They're really not that hard to roll up. Just don't be so harsh. This is my tofu right here. And just don't be like you don't want it too soft when you cook the rice paper, but pretty easy just to wrap it. Like if you've ever done the envelope wrap with stuff, just roll it all the way up, and while it's still damp, if you wait, it starts to harden up. But that's just pretty much how I do all of them. And I did several, a lot. I just pretty much used up till all my rice was gone, and think most of my stir fry actually was used as well with the rice. The white rice paper is a little bit easier to use than the brown rice paper. The brown rice seemed like a lot more like heavier to me. So, and I did keep the thing with water, like where I have my rice paper, and I keep it on like low heat. So it's just easy. And I do one rice paper at a time. I don't let it sit while I roll one up just because I don't want it to accidentally sit too long and then the stuff like basically falls apart when you're trying to wrap it. So, and if you don't let it sit long enough, then you won't be able to wrap it. So, you'll get used to as you like learn to make a bunch of them, they get pretty easy to kind of like make. So when I was done, I actually had like a giant platter. I made some without the tofu because the tofu I cooked with the curry paste. My mom doesn't like that, and I was making her some. So and I decided to try this sweet spicy ginger sauce, and here my brother is trying it. I made a little commentary,
Mm.
but my mic was not working. So and we definitely tried this sauce, and there's some deliciousness to that. It was like sweet and spicy, which was really good.